Hey everyone, welcome to the weekly Space Engineer stream. Quick recap of last time. We got kind of a roof on most of the back of the ship. We got the survival kit or the pod onto the ship, like it's resting on the ship, and put some fancy doors in and stuff. So today we're going to. Oh, we also built a wind farm last time too. Today we're going to do thruster related things. So what we're going to start with is some sort of drilling mechanism. Just realizing my camera's all kind of skewed there. We're going to do like a drill kind of mechanism to get a bunch of ice out of the ground, because as you may recall, I have 2 large hydrogen tanks and it's going to take a long time to fill them, and I'd like them to be as full as possible when I leave this planet. So we're going to start by building a little drill apparatus to get some of this ice to start processing, and then we're going to work on building some thruster pods off the side of the ship. And if I can get one thruster pod that I'm happy with, I think that'll be we can count that as a pretty good stream. If I can get more than that done, that'd be great. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so quick recap of what we got going on. There's the new wind farm with advanced wind turbines up top. Here is the ship. I dropped my survival kit thing here. And then this is the back. So we put the kind of the roof on here. I got some modded ramps with lights in them. So this area is not going to be pressurized. There's kind of an exit here. This is where we're going to put the thruster pods. And we got all this stuff enclosed back here, sort of, kind of. Like it's definitely still going to be open to space. I think I decided I didn't like these windows sitting on top there, because they look like they're like just a window block sitting on top of a wall. But I think I decided we were going to just deal with that later. So, yeah, hello. Looks like the sun's going down at 2:30 p.m. as it does around here. So yeah, these tanks we got to fill up. So I'll show you the outside. Yeah, it's not pretty, but you know, we'll get the job done. We'll get to space. So yeah, first thing that I want to do today is the 2 different colors here are not on purpose. I just accidentally switched colors like halfway through building. We want to get a lot more stuff. Ice. Looks like the miner might be on... There it is. Miner's on its way back, hopefully with a load of stuff. And let's decide... There's a ship not coming near us. Let's decide where we're going to build this arm here. So we've got... We could plug it in to here. We could branch off of here, maybe down there. Come out this way. This looks like probably going to be a pretty decent place to drill at. So why don't we do that? Let's see what we're going to need for that. We're going to need, I don't know, let's just throw a junction in, because I don't feel like thinking about it too much. This will disconnect me, but it'll be okay, because it's local grid. Yep. There we go. So we got that going. And now we could probably do... Oh, do I have a long tube in here? I like these long tubes. I don't think I do. Conveyor tube times 5. Yeah, there we go. We won't have to go. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. Give me that. We don't need to go that far out. That's just wasting space. Conveyor tube. There we go. Just go about that far. Plop down a... I'm gonna do this kind of short and sweet here. And by short and sweet, I mean fast. Oh yeah, I've got all these extra modded piston sizes. How far down, roughly, is the ice? That's the question here. It goes to about here. This is not entirely perfect because I did drill out this area a bit, but about 10 meters of ice. So we don't have to go too far down, we mostly have to go out. So we really only need, what's the extension on one of these, like 6 meters, right? So what we could do is go, well, let's see, because a drill is like 15 meters, right? Oh, I could do this with a, nah, this will be more fun. Yeah, these are like 15 meters because they're three blocks long. So a piston, a normal piston, extends from 2 blocks to 6 blocks, right? So extended length is 10 meters, which means wait a minute. Extended length is 10 meters. That can't be right. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm doing the math wrong. Each of these blocks is 2.5 long. 2.5 meters. So the drill is 7.5 meters long. The piston, if it goes 10 meters, yeah, that extends 4 blocks. And then, no, is that right? 2 blocks. Extends 2.5, 2.5. A little over. A little, 2.5, let's see, 10 divided by 2, 4. Yeah, 4 blocks. So it goes, it's like essentially roughly almost 2 blocks, and then it extends to about 6 blocks. So yeah, that makes sense. All right, so I don't really feel like doing a whole lot of math here. So let's just put one of these. Actually, you know what? Let's, for the sake of stability, let's do a modded piston, and let's do a I think a normal piston is a piston 4, so we'll do a piston 5. That is definitely wrong. A normal I take that back. A normal piston is a piston 2 because it's 2 blocks to begin with. So we could do a piston 3, right? Yeah. Okay. Then I'm also going to grab piston 2 and a... Boy, that's going to be... Yeah, I think we'll do a piston 5. Okay. So, here's what I'm babbling about. This is all very temporary, so I'm not going to make it look nice. I'm just going to put junctions on it. Because there's nothing worse than building something with like subgrids and pistons and then realizing you need to like take a piece out in order to like branch off of something. Why do I have an X? Is this an X? No, it's not. Okay, good. Okay, give me just a regular conveyor junction. Okay. So then we're going to go and do one of these out the side. Should I do 2 of these out the side? Yeah, you know what? Why not? Because like I said, we want to be able to really make good use of this thing here. So, and then another junction. I guess I could make this rotate too. I was just going to have it scrape the ground back and forth, but I guess I could do. I don't really think that'll get me anything though. I think that might actually make it a little worse. In terms of, I'd be trading a little bit of ice for some stability. I don't want to do that. Alright, so if I go... Ooh, actually, if I do this... Yeah. Okay. We can get a piston 5, one of the big old ones here. Because I should be able to... Yeah, that's about as close as I'm going to get. Yeah, this is way too tall, but that's okay. It'll give me the... This whole thing is significantly larger than it needs to be, and that's okay. So this does not need to be here. Get rid of that. This needs to be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How wide do we want to go? 6, 7. Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's even then. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is already getting wobbly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, then we need to go up to this one. Share inertia tensor on you. Come on. Share inertia tensor on you. The rest I think we leave off, is my thinking here. So my... It's entirely possible that just lowering this, just lowering this one will be enough to get me all the way to as far down as I need to go, but that's okay. Alright, let's do some strategic naming here. This one is going to be Vert 1. This one is going to be Horizontal 1. You didn't do it, did you? I forgot to hit enter. There we go. And then this one will be Horizontal 2. And then I'm going to have to fly to this one. This one will be Vertical 2. Then I could use this control panel here to fix the rest. Drills. We're just going to use the renaming mod to call these drill of ice. Okay. Then dills. Okay. Then get that out of there, get that out of there. There's some snow coming. And then the pistons, H1 and H2 are going to be pistons H. And then these other two I'm going to leave alone. So you can get out of here. Alright. Are we good? No, we're still building drills? Yeah, we're still building drills here. Might as well just drill out a whole bunch of ice too, or stone while I'm here. We could just get a whole ton of stone and, you know, whatever. We'll just dump the gravel in a hole. Yep. So while that's going on, thankfully, I didn't. It just occurred to me that I was originally thinking that I would go out this way and just kind of like dig out the original hole there, and then I'm glad I moved it to here because the mining ship coming back would have probably smacked into it. I guess I could set up like a button panel while I wait. That'll be fun. Let's do that. Button. Let's do a sci-fi 4-button panel, and we'll just put it. We should probably put it on the base and not on the ship. We'll put it. Where can we actually see from? Yeah, we'll put it like right. Put it like right there. Okay, we're going to make this be ice drills, toggle on off. We're going to make the second button be oh man, how do we want to do this? Let's do basically, we want to do... We're gonna... Yeah, okay. I see what we're gonna do. Pistons. All of these are gonna be vertical pistons. EB1... Pistons... Vertical... Save. Now this one... vertical 1, we're going to have its velocity be negative 0.1, and I'm going to stop it for a second. And this one is going to be 0.1. Right, because that one's going to go forward. So if I said... I'm gonna change the drills. I take the drills off of here. This is what I wanted, right? No. We want setup actions. All right, drills out. We'll just turn you on and off manually. Alright, so pistons, horizontal pistons, this is going to be on off. Vertical pistons on off. Horizontal pistons reverse. Oh, actually, yeah. Yeah, we could put the drills in there. It could be the last ones. I actually only need 3. We'll see why in a minute here. So, LCD panels... Let's just do text. The first one is going to say H on off, and I should be looking at it, but I can't see it. Text. This one we made horizontal reverse. Yeah, this needs to be like 8. Nope. 6. Close. 5. Good enough. And we'll make you 5 as well. I'm going to spend way too much time making this look nice. Center. Yep. This is happening. I'm doing all the stuff. 2. Center. And then this one was... and that was 5 we need. This one should say vert on off. And then the last one will just be drills. Drills. And center. Okay, so in theory, when I go reverse, yeah, those should extend. And if I say on, if I say off, they stop. Yeah, okay, good. So I'm going to reverse those back in for now. Probably, we might not need that, but that's kind of like my failsafe. So if I go to... okay. Vertical pistons are off, but if I say reverse on both of them, and these guys need to go slower too, I think. I don't know if that's too slow or too fast. I think that's probably good. So if I turn these on, is it going up? That one is going up. Oh, and that one is going down. Oh, and they're just going down really slow. Okay. So, piston V1 should currently have a velocity, we'll say, of -0.3. And you should have a velocity of 0.3. And, yep, I see you going down. Okay. Reverse. Well, okay, everybody's going back up now. Okay, good. That might ultimately be too fast. So you need, because they're working with each other here. Let's say 0.2 and 0.2. Okay. I think that'll work, and we will say vertical pistons reverse, and now they're coming down, and we could turn the drills on, and it is not shaking like crazy. Okay. The fact that there's like a tree in front of them might be a problem, so I'm gonna go just take this tree out. I don't think they're gonna hit this tree, but if they do, that'll be cool. Alright, so this is gonna be our little scraper thing, so we can get some ice going. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do was set these to stockpile. There we go. So is this one filling at all? Do we have ice in the base yet? We do have ice. Oh god, we got a lot of ice already. So where's my... the hydrogen engine is filling and running. Yeah, okay, let's just leave that off. And now these are filling. Okay, cool. So then, what we're going to do is get back down to here and turn on horizontal push. And it will slide forward. I don't want to go too fast. I could probably go faster. But I don't want to go too fast because I'm afraid these drills are going to freak out if I do. This is going to give us a lot of ice. And we may run out of room to store. So that's something I want to look at here real quick. Oh, yeah, we're already filling the components container. Wait, why are we filling the components container? Ours is full. Are these cargo containers not wired up? Hang on, everybody stop. Everybody stop. Can I go to the cargo here? Oh yeah, I can. I can go from there to there. And that connects to... Is that hydrogen engine running again? Okay, good. Okay, so that's working. So why is Izzy not putting stuff up in the ship? Is it because it's through a connector? Maybe it will eventually. Well, now we have like 800,000 ice or something like that, so I think we're going to go ahead and stop the drills and just leave this thing as is until we need to get some more. So that worked well. I could probably use some more hydrogen now that I'm here. Do we need to... Anything else we need to do? Alright, thruster pods is going to be today. I think that's going to be good. Why did I walk back here? Because I was going to refill my bottle. I could probably make more bottles. We might end up with a power problem at this point too, because there's only really one battery running. All the other batteries on the ship are on. How are we doing? 15 days of power. I think we'll be fine. Until this guy comes back to recharge all his batteries. How are we doing on iron and stuff? Okay, we got none. We have no. Oh, so none of the refineries are running. That's why we have so much power on base. So now, do we have iron? Not a lot. I think that hole might be getting tapped out. That's alright. We'll eventually scrape down and just grab some stone under here. I'll let that thing keep flying for now. I am going to turn off the build and repairs. Really? While I work on designing the thruster pods here. I really need a name for this ship. What are we going to call this ship? I'm going to call it the Graceful Exit, because we're gonna fly out of here, which means its abbreviation is going to be the GE. So, naming the ship complete. And so while we're at it, actually, let's just take a few minutes to name the graceful exit here. This is a cargo S. And cargo S. Cargo S. Cargo S. Cargo S. Speed modules. And we don't need to see it at all. Ooh. There we go. I should probably not start at the bottom. Okay, so advanced wind turbines. These are all just going to be EB1 advanced wind turbine. Oop. I don't need to see you anymore. This we never named. You can be, you don't need to be here. Actually, no, let's leave you in there. Sometimes I do that. Assembler 1 and 2 are just going to be GE assemblers. They make good assemblers, apparently. And we can leave those visible. This is a GE bed. And we don't need to see those at all anywhere. The build and repair. Alright, is that how we were doing it? Build and repair with a capital and, because that's how they do it. Alright, let's just call these things ceiling light. Yeah, let's just call them ceiling lights. I don't know. We'll come back. We're going to redo all the lights anyway later on. So connector 3 and connector 4, I don't know which is which. Also don't know which one of those is which. Display name AQD large gyro booster. Yeah, that's good. Let's call that the gyro booster. And that we could just turn off. What else we got here? Yeah, those we'll have to get to. Emergency bulkheads. These are the side doors, right? So we'll just call these emergency bulkheads. And what else? Gyroscope. And actually, I want you and all of you to be in a group. Gyroscopes. And then I could turn all of you off. Visually turn you all off. Alright, hydrogen tank. Filling up rather well, 1.8% already. Inner airlock door. We'll just call these airlock door. We don't need to see these anywhere.
Energy low.
Oh, is that a problem? Energy low? Do I need more hydrogen? I guess I could just top off of here for now. I'm still trying to drain this side battery so I could grind this thing down. There we go. Alright, back to boring naming of things. Good golly. Okay, we don't need to see these at all. Where was I? Dense solar panels. For these, I just like to call these like a solar panel like X20. These are like This is from a mod, of course, and these are basically one solar panel is the parts and the power potential of 20 solar panels. So it's basically space saving. They're also the weight of 20 solar panels. So got to keep that in mind too. I might kind of downgrade those when I go to take off and find that I can't actually take off. So we'll see. Landing gear. Landing gear, I'm also going to make a group for those. Then we can get rid of the individual ones. Is this my to-do list? Yeah, this is my to-do list. So this is temporary, but I'm going to call it the to-do list. And we don't need to see that in the terminal at all. This is going to look so very nicely organized when I'm done. We'll leave you alone. Offset interior door. I think this is the current rear door. Then we got our O2 tanks. And for the time being, I'm not going to show those on the inventory screen because I'll just refill O2 from being in the ship. Pole lights. Yeah, okay, fine. Power efficiency module. Just gonna say replace name. If you are, if you're lurking in the chat, feel free to say hi. You don't have to talk to me the whole time. But if you do have any questions about the mods or anything that I'm using or what I'm doing, feel free to speak up. I'm happy to explain anything. Or if you have suggestions for anything, I'm all ears. Refinery. I don't need refineries on the toolbar config. I will put them there. On my button panel, this is on Earth Base 1. The name Earth Base 1 is, of course, aspirational. It kind of implies that there'll be more than one Earth base, which is extremely not likely. Drill control. My bed. Ah, yes. My Earth bed, which I don't need to see in the terminal. Alright, and then we just got warfare batteries on the graceful exit. And I am going to make a group for batteries because I usually do stuff with batteries at some point. Alright, I think that looks good. There's a couple of things I need to fly over to and manually rename because I don't know what's what, and that specifically is connector. I don't know which base it's on, and the air vent. These are both on here. Oh, you know what? I can't tell. This one is set to depressurize, which means this is intake. And this air vent is on the bridge. Okay. So I just need to figure out which, I don't think I can tell from here, which connector is which underneath the ship. So this one is the EB1 connector. I'm actually going to call this a dock for the graceful exit. And then this one is connector ventral. Let me know if I got that right. The bottom. All right. Okay, so let me take a drink of water here, and then we're going to get to the main event of the episode today, which is building the engine pods off the sides. All right. Sorry, that was kind of loud. I don't know why, but I feel like building on this side. So, we're going to come out probably about... Actually, you know what, real quick, before I do that, I want to grab an extra hydrogen bottle, which means I need to make an extra... Let's see, I have 2... make me 3, actually. Okay. Got plenty of steel. Got way too much of that. Actually, I might not have enough. Maybe a lot of steel. You never know. Don't need you. Don't need you. Yeah, it's probably good. Okay. So, let's see what we could do here. Yeah, my goal is to run out of hydrogen before I run out of power. Or, no, run out of power before I run out of hydrogen. Have so much hydrogen I don't have to worry about floating around. Alright, we're going to go... I've kind of pre-planned this in my head, but I haven't really thought it through a whole lot. But we're going to go out about this far. I think that makes sense, or would that be too far? Yeah, it's probably too far. Keep it compact if we can. And then what I want to do is have... Maybe I should map this out with, like, these kind of blocks first. But basically what I want to have is, like, 3 rows of down-firing ones, and then 1 row of up-firing ones. You know, down-firing for lift, of course, and then we'll turn off 2 of the 3 rows when we're in space. Maybe more, because that's probably a lot of thrust. Have 2 rows on each side for side-to-side thrust. And then forward and backward, just 2, like on each side, 1 large thruster in each direction. So, to do that, I think from right here, we're going to go like, I haven't really thought through how many of these things I'm going to need, but maybe like that many, maybe less than that. I think this is going to be too far forward. So let's get some thrusters in here. I think here we go. I think I'm going to use just the normal ones and not the industrial ones, because the industrial ones are actually a little bit bigger. At least the large grid one is. Or the large grid one. Large. Let's clear out all the stuff here so I got room to build here. Okay, so we'll do a large hydro thruster on the end here, and it's got a thing on it. So we will do this there, like that, and then so we'll have our 2 rows kind of going above it, I think, or do we want them to just come straight off of here? Yeah, and then maybe build some armor around this. We could probably put some weapons on the endpoints or something. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Okay, we'll do that. I'm trying once again to not pre-optimize too much here, because this is just a get to spaceship. All right, how many blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so like 5 on each side of the... Oh no, it's 4 on that side and then 7 on this side. Sure, why not? Alright, then we'll have a large thruster there. And then thinking if we did... Oh man, how is this going to work? Okay. Let's kind of map out the shape a little bit here. So I wanted to have across the top, like, a row of things there. thrusters. So like these, the blocks I'm putting down are stand-ins for the like junctions. But if I did like row of thrusters there, yeah, it's gonna end up kind of looking kind of wacky at the end. But we could probably like flatten it out a little. So row of thrusters there, row of thrusters. So like there for the sides. For the top, it would be like just one row across the top. And then on the bottom, we would do this whole thing. I just stuck one in a weird place. No, I didn't. That's where I wanted it. Oh man, we're awfully close to the ground here. If I do it like this, these are going to rest on the ground. These are equal in height to the landing gear. I think we're going to have to move the pod structure up by one. Yeah, we're going to have to move the pod structure up by one. Okay. I'm just going to delete the whole thing. Yes. Oop, goodbye. Oh. Okay. Sure. Is this... Okay, fine. Whatever. I was gonna... Ow. That was not cool. I was gonna let it fall to the ground and then let the build and repair clean it up. But apparently I'll just fly through it and wait till a piece falls on my head. Oh, there it goes. Nice. Okay, so instead of this block here, we'll go corner and then corner like that. Yeah, that'll work. And then we'll just build along there. So for the interior line, I'm thinking we're probably just going to do straight up junctions because we're going to be going in every single direction here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we'll put our big ones on the end. This is going to be fun when I have to recreate this on the opposite side and try and remember what I did interiorly. Yeah, okay, so that'll be up a block then. That should be okay with the solar panel there, because we won't... At best, we'll come out to here. Yeah, it'll be fine. Will it be fine? Should I move it out one just in case? I may move... Ooh. Choices. Let's move it out one. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Alright. Then we're going to do a straight, and then we will do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is not an open world. This is my personal world, and it is not publicly available. I thought about doing that at some point. Someone else asked me about that. But not right now. I don't think I'm going to do open world stuff right now. I do have a Discord. I had a link to it readily available at some point. If you give me a second, I will get it for you. what was the question? Make sure you do connections for your build? What do you mean? Oh yeah, no, I know. These are junctions here. So, I already forgot what I said I was going to do. I think I'm going to start not there, but here. And we're going to go... I think these are... Because we're going to go up and out. Yeah, so we're going to want these here. And then I'm going to leave these there for armor shaping. And then along here, we are going to go with conveyor armored T's because we are going... Yeah, no worries. We want to be able to go up and out with these, and the same down here. Trying to do the least number of connections here. And then straight. Should I do? Because I'm gonna go. Yeah, it's fine. All right, and then along here, these are going to be let's see, verticals are going to go. Let's see, I only need to do one row on the top, though. Yeah, this is where it would be helpful to see what thing I placed. Yeah, that's a T. I don't need a T there. These are wrong. Goodbye. Those are T's, right? No, those are junctions. That's fine. Alright, this just needs to be a corner. And then we want to kind of do the same thing here with a T. No, actually, there's going to be nothing there. This just needs to be a... This needs to be a row of straight ones. Then we need to do corner here. This should all make sense at some point. That. Ooh, that's not gonna connect right there. What did I put here? Straight. Conveyor straight. Let's ow, 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 ow. Let's replace that one real quick. I need this to be not straight, but a T-junction. Right, like that. Okay. So then I can get rid of that block. Alright, what were we doing here? Straight blocks? Yeah. Okay, so... Ow. Alright, so that should give me what I wanted, which is essentially 3 rows pointing down. 2 rows pointing sideways. Right, because these are... Oh, these are junctions. These didn't need to be junctions. Alright, we'll clean that up in a minute. Alright, we're going to turn on the build and repairs and weld some of this up and see what happens. This might take a while. I don't know if we have enough iron sitting around. Guess we'll find out. These things are taking up a lot of metal grids, huh? Yeah, I probably didn't have a lot of metal grids in stock. If I rip out these... Yeah, corner. If I rip out these middle ones, this will not all fall down, I don't think. Because these were going to be... These just need to be corner, or T-junctions. Yeah. I have a plan. It may be a weird plan. It may be a non-obvious plan. But it is a plan nonetheless. T-junctions going this way. Alright, this is coming together. There we go. Headlights weren't turning on. Headlights. Okay. So, what did I say? We're going to have one row of thrusters across the top. 2 on the side, 3 on the bottom. Then we'll have to do some, like a little bit of shaping around here or something to make this look a little bit nicer when we're done. I'm just going to go heal up, I guess, while it's doing that. Yeah, so I'm playing with scarce resources, so I don't have, there's no silver anywhere on this planet. So that's why I have the survival kit sitting here. Why am I sitting here refilling these bottles manually? I just realized I put that in the wrong thing. O2. And then we could... Oh yeah, there's lots of them. There we go. Yeah, I got Izzy running on the base inventory manager, so it's grabs my bottles and puts them in the thing. I thought about putting weapon core in here because I was looking for like some weapon mods to put on, and I hadn't used any of the non-weapon core ones in a while, but for a long time I played with just weapon core. And then when the Warfare 2 update came out, I was like, I'm gonna force myself to play without weapon core for a while, and then that's fine. Like, the new system is fine. I went to look at weapon core today, and there was like a bug report on the top of the comments. So I was like, give it a day, let them fix this. Give them some time to fix it. So it may not actually be broken. Like, bug reports on a Steam Workshop page are not necessarily the most reliable thing all the time, but I didn't want to take a chance that the Stream World would be broken or something like that. So, you know what I could do also is get myself some sunlight, because I also have the mod where you can take a little nap and all of a sudden it will be daytime, like Minecraft style. Good morning. We could probably turn these thrusters off. Alright. So now we're just waiting for this to weld up. I guess I could start... Yeah, okay, good. So assuming I did this correctly, we've got 3 on the bottom. God, this is going to be a lot of thrusters. None on the back. 3 rows on the bottom. This is going to take me forever to name all of these and group them properly. 1 row across the top, which is what I wanted. And I think we're going to put a weapon there. Oh, so that's what I was getting at. So this is what I've got for weapons in the world here. I've got all of the actual vanilla weapons, azimuth weapons, which have the smaller, like it's just like a 2-block bounding box. So it's not like it's almost the same as the normal Gatling turret, but it has I could just plop it anywhere. And then I thought I had added a mod for... another rocket launcher. Or yeah, there it is. It just doesn't show up in the category. This missile turret. It's literally, I believe it's basically just a reskin of the normal one, but it's only 1 block large. So can't do anything with missiles yet. Don't have anywhere near the materials that I need, but that's okay. So I think we're going to get these things put on. Actually, let me check the ice situation here. Still a lot of ice? Still a lot of ice, yes. Okay. So then I guess my my plan to drill further down and get stone under this ice is gonna, if I do that, it's gonna fill up all my cargo with ice. So I'll just have to wait for the ship to come back, the automated mining ship. How's it doing on iron? Oh, it's got 30k iron on it so far. Oh, it's got some silicon now. That's nice. Okay. Up we go. That's a PAM auto miner. That's way out that way, just drilling around one of the larger deposits. I'm going to go ahead and lay these things down because I know that they're definitely going here. And we'll know if they connect properly if they start flaming once they're built up. There we go. That's basically it. Then we'll do a we'll do some armor around it just to give it some shape. Maybe stick some guns on it just for the sake of having some defenses on the ship. And because I don't have any magnesium, so I can't build any ammo yet. But you know, once I get into space, I should be able to find some on an asteroid or the moon or something. Combat phase. I'm not looking forward to when that actually applies to me. So, yeah, I guess we're almost done with the outer structure here. It's probably going to start focusing on building the... because I think it prioritizes the thrusters. What did I make this thing? Is this just a... oh, that's a junction. That's good. That's good. That means I could put some weapons like sticking out the sides of that. In fact, why don't we go ahead and do that? Let's pick out some weapons here. So we've got... I'm going to go mostly these kinds of things. Alright, let's see what we got here. So this one is the long-barreled one. Does it say the range? Probably goes up to 800. I bet everything is 800. Yeah, max range 800. Auto target. Okay. I think it just takes... Does it say the ammo that's on here? What is the difference between these? It looks like it's the... Oh, this one can aim... This one can aim a little further. Oh, that's good to know. I don't see any other difference between these two. Short. I don't see any worthwhile difference between the two. So I guess we'll go with normal. That sounds good. I'm just going to plop it in like right here. Plopping is the technical term here. Unable to place because why? I could place it on the side. Oh, I was probably standing in the in the bounding box. So I'm thinking we'll do something like that. Something like that. I love how the build states have the gun pointing down. I just think that's cool. There we go. One there. One there. Yep. One there. That'll give us some coverage. Alright. Now we're back to waiting. What else could we be doing? I guess while that's welding up, I could think about what this cockpit area is going to look like. So definitely going to extend the roof to about, well, to where this wall ends here. And then the rest of it is probably going to be some sort of glass, although I may expand the roof all the way. I do like having a good view in space since this isn't really a combat ship. I like having a good view in space. So, thought about doing a full glass canopy, but this thing is also fairly tall at this point. So, yeah, maybe I'll bring the roof out a little bit more and then just give myself a nice big, like, wraparound window at the front or something like that. I don't know. What's the to-do list say we still got to do here? Still got to get a antenna on it. I think I'm going to put the antenna underneath. Yeah, figure out this cockpit situation. It's not really a cockpit. It's more like a bridge. Ore detector's got to go somewhere. Let's see if we can find a place to stick the ore detector while we're here. You know what? This area here really needs some better styling because this looks terrible. And so here's what I think we're going to do. Get rid of these. I'm going to go with more of a venting, like shark fin kind of look, I think. Essentially just taking these and turning them sideways, like this. Like that. That'll give it a little bit more of a, I don't know, some sort of a look to break it up. I did want to break this big flat side piece up a little bit too. Yeah, I wonder if we should put, are these 1x2s? Yeah. So what's our, there's 3 of these here? Let's make it look like there's some sort of a banding going on right here. That's not going to fall down. That just goes to there. Ooh. That goes to there. That doesn't really work. You know what? Let's try something here. If we did something like... and then put like a... you know, just had like a... something that sticks up a little bit like this. And then... because here's what I was thinking, was we'd kind of put the ore detector like right there. And so if we did something like this... maybe that looks not as good like that. Maybe we do one of these. There we go. That might work out okay. Keep it a little lower, but give it like a little bit of a banding kind of look. And then we could do... I mean, I could literally embed the ore detector like anywhere in the floor. Like it could be underneath here or up at the front here. Maybe that would just be better than bothering with trying to fit it in up at the top. Yes. Yes, I think that is true. I think it should be. Maybe we'll just put it like right here. Because we're not doing anything here. This was going to be my auxiliary. If I ever needed to put more thrusters, this was where I was going to drop them off the bottom of these cargo containers here. Oh, you know what else I want to do is... let me reinforce that for a minute. Take this thing out and just put like a regular block there. And then we can get rid of that. Okay, ore detector. Just gonna put it right there, like that. Done. Don't have to worry about it. Alright, got the back. Ooh, this rear. This is supposed to be temporary. This is supposed to be temporary, but I don't like how square it is and how flat it is. So, as long as I'm waiting for other stuff to build up, let's keep greebling a little. But I'm just going to do this, just to give it a little bit of a... just to give it a little something. I still don't like the window there, but I haven't thought of a better idea. Alright, back to up here. Let's go back to doing this shape. And here, for no good reason whatsoever, I'm doing that. We'll see how it looks. And I think this is what I did on the other side. I did that and that. I got a feeling this is going to look pretty good. Gut feeling. Alright, let's see. I don't know. Not sure I like the shark fin sticking up there. Oh, but I do see opportunity here. Yep. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. And we're going to go... carry this back and put one of these. Yeah, for no reason at all, I just have a giant raised space here. Wait, what's under here? Nothing. That's just open. That's walking space. Yeah, now it's got like a hump. I don't know. Better than flat. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What would it look like if we took this one off and put one of these here? Would it look weird? Or would it look kind of symmetrical because of the... Eee. That just looks like... That looks like greebling for no reason. Well, I guess all greebling is for no reason. Yeah. No, I'm taking that out. Yeah, yeah. Alright. Alright, how we doing over here? We run out of materials yet? How's my miner? Oh, miner's here. Okay. He's charging up. Alright. How much iron did he bring back? 5k, 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 5k. Okay, so probably about 30k. So he didn't have much. Also seems to be everything is working on cobalt. That's okay. Alright, so I think flying like crazy. I think this is looking as intended. So let's see if we can cover up some of these ports here. What are we going to do? We can't really... Let's see, if we did this... Kind of want to do... Yeah, kind of want to just go with these like this and just have like a flat row here. Or I could kind of do what I did over there originally. Let's try like one shape around here. Because I'm basically going to take one shape and use it everywhere. Like extrude it all the way down. So if we did something like that. Alright, and then in between here, probably just going to do flat blocks. That'll be that. So if we did this shape all the way down, how could we shape this in to look good here? Yeah, that'll work. So going in, we're basically just going to, whoops, go in all the way here. I should probably do something so that this whole thing isn't connected by just a singular piece, but that'll be for another time. So, let's see. I don't really want this to be just like a flat, because we can't go, because of the way the bounding box is, we can't really go around this thing. All I could do is really like stretch it forward to here, which, yeah, let's do that. So this shape we've got here, I think this is probably gonna taper in like this, and that'll just kind of be the end of that shape. And then for this piece, let me do this on the opposite side so I have a visual here. We could, oh, you know what? I can't really do much with that because we're going to block the ability of this turret to do stuff. So, yeah. Actually, I'm not even going to put that there. I'm just going to do plates. Oop, oop, oop. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do plates on these. just to cover them up. And then... So I still want to kind of make this look interesting, but I don't want to cover up the path of the turret. I may not be able to do much with this, just because I don't want to block what this turret is up to. What we can do is look at some of these newer blocks. There are some that would work there. Would we do the same thing? What is this one? This is light armor slope transition mirror, so we need light armor slope transition for... Is that right? That is not right. Wait a second. Oh, because I got that facing the wrong way. That's why that looks weird. Yeah, that is right. I've just got this facing the wrong way. We're gonna go inward like that. Alright, I still feel weird having this thing just like completely uncovered in the front, but yeah, it'll be fine. So going around the sides, we've kind of chosen an odd shape here, but let's do... Nope. So one of these. Oh, we could go... Not you. Not you. This one. Nope, not that one either. Don't we have like a... Is it part of you? Oh, it's this one. That's what I was looking for. So we would do something like that to give that turret like roughly full range of motion. Yeah. Yeah, alright, that's not bad. I might need to see that welded up to know. And we're clearly running low on resources. That's okay. How do I duplicate this? Let's see, we're going to go like that. And like that. And then flip this one upside down. Is that right? No, that's not the right spot. And actually the bottom is going to look completely different anyway, isn't it? Yeah, that's going to be very different. We have this on the opposite side there. That's just going to be those slopes. So this one's probably just going to be the same thing that I had on the other one, which is like that. Yep. And then same deal over here to make it match. And we don't have a gun there, so we can kind of do whatever we want. So I'm thinking like this. Yeah. And then we did, on the other side we did this. Yeah, then it's just going to be that straight back. So, you know, kind of blocky, kind of square. Yeah. Are these ones not piped up, or are they just not built? Ooh. They should be getting... I bet I don't know, I got green lights on all the stuff, and it looks like the inner row of stuff is built. Let's see, if we go off on... Well, I might have to debug that a little bit. It sure does look like after a certain point here they shut off. So I'm wondering if there's somewhere in the middle here there's like an unbuilt junction or something. Yeah, but the build and repair will get it eventually. So if it seems like it's done and these haven't kicked on, then we'll dig through it and see what's up. In the meantime, I'll just keep on laying out the shape of it. Okay. Now, here's a question. Should I do like the shark fin look along the middle? And the answer is obviously yes. Obviously yes, until an obviously better idea comes along. Yes, perfect. Love it. Who's flying around nearby? Skeleton. No. Don't know what that is. Why am I scooting along the ground? Because I turned my dampers off. Alright, what were we doing down here? We're just doing these. Okay. And then before I greeble the whole back again, I'm gonna do the inside. Or the back side, you know what I mean. That looks good. Is it starting to build the armor? If it's starting to build the armor blocks, that means all of the functional blocks are welded up, which means I may have to start digging through here to figure out what's going wrong. Let me just walk through the fire real quick. I need an access panel. You have one right here? Can I get to you? Yes. Okay. Current usage. Yeah, some of these are not using any. Oh, you know why? It's probably because we have the hydrogen tanks on stockpile, and they're sucking up all the fuel. What is that noise? Why are they making that noise now? That's weird. I can't tell which thruster is bugged. I guess it's the big one. Nope. Does seem to be the big one now. Alright, I'll just try not to fly around in it and near it, and next time I load the world it'll probably be okay. Okay, so I'm going to assume that the issue is that all my tanks are on stockpile, and that the O2 gens themselves were not enough to provide fuel to every single one of these. That's my hope. But what we could do to test this is actually just take one of these off stockpile. That's not tank. There we go. Hydrogen tank. Oh, these are still filling. It's only at 13%. Why are all the lights on? I thought these were full. Well, that would make sense then, because then these are taking up. These are sucking in hydrogen like crazy, and then these were trying to, you know, get the leftovers, and that they weren't enough. It's gonna be. I'm glad I got the ice going for these hydrogen tanks, because this is gonna take forever to fill. And I mean, we're standing on like the pole of this planet, and there's like functionally unlimited ice here. So I should, you know, it'd be stupid of me to not fill up the tanks before I go to space. So. And we still got a lot of building to do on this ship, so... I mean, I haven't even yet accounted for the fact that it may be too heavy for all these thrusters to lift it. So... And then I have to redesign a bunch of stuff. Let's continue. I also need to pick a color scheme. If anyone has a suggestion for a color scheme for the ship... This thing is going to look so stupid. I love it. Oh my god. Okay. Let's go and continue making blocks. How much steel plate do I... Oh, I got plenty. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. That thing is still making its noise. Alright. And then what I do on the other side, I did this. Yep. And then, you know, most likely what I will do, oh geez. Most likely what I'll do is end up just greebling this so that it doesn't look so blocky. But, whew, oh man, we got right up to the solar panels. I love it. Yeah, greebling this a little bit more somehow. I'll figure something out. Just so that it doesn't look as much like a big, long rectangle. I mean, I think that front actually looks pretty good. That turned out okay, I think. Got a good, interesting shape to it. Maybe less so on that side because it's not broken up by the gun being there, but we could break it up like as if the gun was there. Let's do that. Yeah. Let's do it. Because we already got that spot there. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. And our... Yeah, the interior is already going to be just essentially flat blocks. This still lets me get up in here, right? Yep. Yeah, so we are going... I don't really have a reference for this shape on the opposite side. But it is a... It is that thing. Okay. Which is a... This thing. Ah, jeez, where's the... There we go. It is that, and then this is that. Let's weld it up. Alright. So that's that, and then behind it, we just had this, and I'm not going to bother doing shark fin all the way, or whatever you would call it, all the way down. It's just going to be essentially flat, I think. I'm stuck. Yeah, so it'll just be kind of flat like that. And then, yeah, I guess we'll just stick with the pattern that's kind of like on the top. Wait, is that the pattern that's down here? Come here, you. Did I put this on the wrong way? No, I didn't. But yeah, it's because that has nothing going to it, nothing going there. So I would need like a. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to replace that shape in a minute. First, let's do all of these. Okay. Yeah, so the shape that I want to have here is not this or this. It is one of these. Possibly this one. Light armor slope transition. Yeah. So is this the top one or the bottom one? This is the bottom one. Ooh, no, actually this is not what we want. Because we want something that has more of a... you can hear the build and repairs chirping. Ooh, that might actually be an interesting shape we could do. Yeah, let's do that instead. Interesting shape ahoy. So this is a light armor transition base. Light armor slope transition base. Jeez. That is not how the other one... Oh, shoot. Yeah. Never mind. Get out of here. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Alright, we need to look for something that's going to slope more like... literally this. Light armor slope transition. Light armor slope transition. There we go. And then let's finish off this shape like this. Hey, look at that. That's kind of interesting looking, I think. Interesting enough looking. And I'm just going to weld these up because I think the base is out of material. And I've got some on me. Okay, so... yeah, I think that looks interesting enough as a... So we probably should do an additional connection here. I think I just nicked this. Yes, I did. Here, and then we could go... Don't nick the other thing. If I accidentally break one of these side blocks, I'm done for. Alright, and I think that's all I can do, really. But I think that'll be good enough for a thing. You know, what we should also do is maybe do like a... Oh man, I got nothing for it to grab onto over here, do I? Because this is just oxygen tank. Can you attach a block to an oxygen tank? Oh, I guess you can. Okay. Well then fine, we'll just... God, that thing. I hope this fixes itself when I reload the world. We'll just put a block there. And then I can still get into the ship from the ground like this. Yep, right up through there. In fact, we might as well just fill in that whole kind of a strut there. Yeah, we can kind of turn this into like a little observation area or something. Cool. Alright, let's check the other side here. How's this looking? That's looking pretty mean, if you ask me. I mean, it is kind of a flat ridge across the top there, but I think it's interesting enough. I guess I should probably greeble up the back to match the front. I was not looking forward to this part. Okay, so we need those all around. Ew. Oh, I'm about to lose my hydrogen. Oh, no, I'm not. I just grabbed a... What do I got on me? I still have that. Yeah. Do I need to... Nah, I'm fine on power. Oh, I should have probably left some. There's like not a single surface here that I could put lights on. So that'll probably be agreeable at some point, to be able to put like a running light on it. Okay. Is my mining ship still there? Yeah, it's charging up. Alright. I think this is just those three all the way down. I already did that. Alright, what did I do on the front here? I got those things. Like that, and like that. Then I need this. Nope, not that. This. Okay. What did I do after that? That needs these need plates in front of them. Got that noise. I guess I could could have done like ooh. Would that work? Nah, that would look dumb. Never mind. I was thinking maybe I could make some sort of a cool, like, cowling shape or something for the thruster with plates, but I'm not going to bother. Alright, and now I don't remember what the rest of the stuff that I did was. We need to grab this thing, which is the light armor slope transition. Light armor slope transition. Okay, and then light armor slope transition mirrored is gonna go... Did I not go far enough with this? No, I did. Okay. Like that, I believe. And then, did I do the exact same thing on the opposite side? Underneath. Over here. No, this is where I'm doing just light armor corner square. Oh, that's interesting. Why did I do that? Oh, yeah, no. This is right. Corner square. Okay. Corner square. There we go. So that should go instead of this. Yeah, I did this part wrong. Right? No, I didn't. What am I doing wrong here? That's for the top. The bottom does that. Oh, right, because the top doesn't do the raised thing. I guess it could down here. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? That's not going to impede the gun at all. So that's going to be one of those, and then transition on this side goes to that. Yeah, that looks okay. Okay, so now it's at least symmetrical on the top and the bottom. And we'll come back and do the same thing over here. I already did. Okay. And then we are doing... I cannot wait to do this for the other side. Flying back and forth. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Trying to remember how this worked. I think that's what we did on the corners there. Looks like it. Yep. And then... Yeah. Okay. Ooh, come on back. Nope. You'd think my aim would be better after 2,000 hours of this. Then we need to grab so this is a light armor slope transition, and I need the mirror. Light armor slope transition mirror. There we go. What? We did... We need to get rid of this one. I assume that I just did these same slopey things here because they should fit here. Right? Yeah, like that. And then light armor slope transition. Like that. Are we done? Did I get them all? Yeah. I think we did. Alright, I think that is one engine pod done. Alright, to test this, we're going to temporarily set these both to not stockpile. They should still keep filling for now, but we're going to turn this. You're still off, right? We're going to turn all these on. Where's my other? Oh, there it is. You to you. Turn them all on. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Yikes. I'm going to burn my face off. And I'm in the hole. Okay. Alright, let's shut her down. Let's fall off. I don't know why I'm flying back to the hydrogen tank to do this. Shut these all off. And set you all back to stockpile. It's just to make sure they keep filling. 16.8%. So what I may do is off stream before the next time I do this, which will probably be next Monday, I will probably off stream rebuild the thing on the other side, because no one after spending like 2 hours watching me build this, I don't think anybody's going to want to watch me just fly back and forth as I try to copy the structure over. So it may not be all welded up just because of the lack of resources that I have, but at least I'll have laid it out over on the other side. What time we got here? I still got some time left. Ow. Let me, because I want to be able to put some lights on here, and I also want to make this thing as difficult for myself as possible. So what I'm going to do is take out... Wait a minute, how many of these things do I have here? 1, 2, 3, there should be like 11 across, right? 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. There's 10 across. So if I did a light above this one, third one in, and a light above this one, that would look okay. Okay. You may stay, block. I'm taking out these. Even when I'm building like a ship that's just gonna, you know, like the whole purpose of this ship is just to get off this planet. I could have very easily just built like a small grid ship and left the planet, but I really did want to have something that like could be a long-term base of operations, even if it's not super pretty. You know, I gotta look at it, so there's like gonna be a minimum level of prettiness to it. Alright. Give me 1 second, I gotta think about something here. So if we did these things, that would give me a surface that I can stick a light on. So I'm gonna do that there. That there. That there. Oops. That there. And then we're going to go back to our trusty light armor slope transition, whatever it's called, and go there, 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 there. I'm going to say there every single time. Is that the right one? There. 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 Okay. So, that kind of breaks that surface up a little bit and gives me something I could stick some running lights on. And yeah, that'll probably be it. That will probably be it. I'm not going to do... should I, for symmetry, should I do it to the inside? Yes, I should. Yes, I should. I realize I'm just adding weight to the ship by doing this because I think some of these are slightly heavier, but I don't care. In this game, there are guilds. What's it? ZJs? There are guilds, sort of. So this game is really like kind of open world sandboxy. So you can kind of do whatever you want. So there's no... The in-game, there's a concept of factions, but it's like per world kind of thing. And so any sort of like guild or anything is organized outside of the game. So you might join a server, you know, and the server might have a couple of different groups on it. You know, a lot of streamers that play Space Engineers have like Discord servers and stuff where they organize events and stuff, like the Armco server with Wasted Space and Captain Shack and them. I think who's the Last Stand Gamers has public servers that he's got going all the time, where people form factions and you can join the factions and stuff. So it's all very like community based. You know, the game gives you kind of like the bare minimum tools to support it within the world. Yeah, exactly. GT Draconis is very popular. I heard they might be shutting down or switching to a different model or something like that. I have not paid attention. But yeah, I played on Draconis Impossible for a little bit. That was super fun. That's like basically hardcore Space Engineers. Yeah, Stone Industries is a good one. Keen themselves put up some public servers that are pretty good, but they're very vanilla. There's no mods. Stone Industries and Draconis are heavily modded. My opinion of like Draconis is more like it has a hardcore. Yeah, it's got, like you said, it's got the hardcore mode kind of thing, but they have a couple of different options. And Stone Industries has I think they have the hardcore options, but they also are, like, to me, it was like, I was able to join their, like, you know, chill kind of world, where it's just like you spawn in, you can do whatever you want and stuff, and you're not immediately struggling for survival. Whereas, like, Draconis Impossible was like, as soon as you spawn in, you're basically like minutes from death, and you gotta really hurry up fast to get things up and running. But yeah, there are private servers too. If you go, I don't know if I can show it from here. I think I'd have to exit the game. But if you know, in the main menu of the game, you can pull up a list of like public servers. But you can also host private servers. Like you can have a lot of the hosting companies that do like game servers will do Space Engineer servers for you, and you could keep them private if you want. And you can also just like self-host on your own computer if your internet is good enough, you know. But yeah, Draconis Impossible. If you like hardcore survival kind of things, Draconis Impossible is an interesting one because Space Engineers has that like inherent, you know, problem-solving aspect to it, where it's like there's, you know, infinite number of ways to solve, you know, to engineer your way out of a problem. And Draconis is just, you know, they throw a lot of problems at you to begin with. So I played on the server a little bit when it was, where you would drop on the planet that looks like the Mars planet, like the one that Splitsy did his series on. I played a little bit on that one. And then I played a little bit on the one right after that where you like land on a moon with like a broken ship and you have to like hurry up and get your oxygen and everything. And that one was interesting because people seemed to spawn really close together and there was a lot of like fighting for resources if you were stuck in an unlucky spot. But overall, like this game is just so flexible, right? Like there's chill servers without PvP. There's oh cool, there is a beta for a new version. I should go back on their Discord and see what's up. I really liked playing with them. Yeah, but like I was saying, like this game is so flexible. You could have, chill servers where the whole point is like building cool stuff. Like I know Last Stand Gamers had like airship server where everything's airships, and I think there was like planes and yeah, the progression built into this game sucks. I really hate it. But yeah, DI has come up with really good, like a lot of their mods are made in house, so they've really like truly customized it to the way they want to do. I would say if you're really interested in the game, like it's not that expensive, but it does go on Steam sale fairly frequently. And usually the DLC, except for whatever the most recent one is, also goes on sale at the same time. And I don't know how long it's been since it's been on sale, but I feel like we're probably due for a Steam sale coming up for it. And if you get it on the Steam sale, I think it's absolutely worth it. There's probably a little bit of a learning curve, and there's definitely quirks, because there's this concept called clang, which is where the physics engine kind of freaks out if you do things too weird, like two subgrids too close to each other or something, and like the physics don't know how to react, and then everything kind of blows up. But that's gotten rarer and rarer as they've kind of fixed bugs and changed some of the systems. I personally, I think it's definitely worth it. I picked this game up at the beginning of the pandemic on a Steam sale, just like on a whim. And in like the last 2 years, I've put like 2,000 hours into it just because I can't get enough of this game. Because there's, every so often I'll play for a while, like in a new world, do something really fun and cool, and then, kind of get bored with it, put it away for a little bit, and then I got a new idea. I'm going to make a new world, and then I'm like, yeah, exactly. It's like an on and off relationship. Like you play till you kind of burn out a little bit, or it becomes like boring and repetitive, and then you stop for a bit, and then you start to get the itch again. It's like, I really need to design something. I need to build something, or I need to do like a hardcore survival kind of thing. And then there's always like, even when you're not playing, there's always people making content on YouTube and stuff that you could watch. I would definitely check out Splitsy's video tutorials. They're a little bit outdated right now. There's probably newer tutorials out there, actually. But I think the majority of the stuff in his videos still holds up, and he does a good job of teaching the basics of the game. Yeah, I would maybe before you buy it, watch some YouTube videos or continue watching my stream. So the way the thrust works in this game, so these are hydrogen engines, and they are powered essentially by, it's not realistic, but you basically put ice into a generator that breaks the ice into hydrogen and oxygen, and then these things burn the hydrogen to fly. So these giant tanks I have hanging off the back are currently filling up with hydrogen from the ice that I mined over here. So they will burn that fuel, but these types of thrusters are usable in an atmosphere as well as in space. So without mods, these are the only way to get from a planet to space and back. There is also, if you're just flying around in space, or I'm sorry, on a planet, you have atmospheric thrusters, which just use electricity on your ship. And there's big ones and small ones, and these can only be used in an atmosphere because they're just turbines essentially. And these they just use like battery power. They use electrical power essentially. However, like I've got solar panels and batteries here, so I could slap a couple of these on here. And actually, I might do this. I might put a couple of big ones on the ship to help lift the ship to the edge of atmosphere. Once these will get, yeah, so you can kind of see on my screen, I'm looking to get like a background where you can read. In the green and red on my screen, it says 100% thrust in 100% air density, 0% thrust below 30% air density. So as you get closer to the edge of the atmosphere, they put out less and less thrust. And so they're, eventually it can't lift you up anymore, and they won't work at all in space. So, kind of. You can kind of create a magnetic. So there are gravity generators. Do I not have regular? Oh, that's got a weird icon. There are artificial gravity generators for when you're in space. They do not work in an atmosphere. They will create like an artificial gravity, so in space you'll stay like walking around on your ship as if you're on a planet, because otherwise you would just kind of float around in space. Your character has magnetic boots where he can latch onto surfaces, but he doesn't. It's a little bit wonky. Like it's totally doable to do it without the gravity, but it can be a little bit wonky. So no, you can't really do like a gravity launch you off the planet thing. There's probably ways you could kind of do it, but the gravity drive. I'm sorry, not the gravity drive. The gravity generator is just like the atmospheric thrusters, where it's like it won't work at all on a planet, but as the local gravity goes down, the strength of this gravity generator goes up. And so once you're out of planetary gravity entirely, then this thing is at full strength. So, yeah, exactly. There's some things like the game has these. Here we go. I'll just show you like the base one. So when you're in space, there's these ion thrusters that are somewhat realistic, somewhat fantasy, that use electricity to create thrust. And these only work in space. So like it's the opposite of atmospheric. Once you get into the atmosphere, then these start to lose power until you get to more than 20%. In 100% atmosphere, these give 20% of their thrust. So they basically do almost nothing. But yeah, there's definitely some, like they try to be somewhat realistic with the physics. They have to cut a lot of corners. Like the oxygen generator can split atoms, and then those can go into a hydrogen engine to burn, and you'll gain power, even though in reality you'd probably either break even or lose power in that process, because I'm sure it would take a lot of energy to split atoms. But there's like the gravity generators are kind of are very fantasy. Like we don't really have gravity generators in real life. The ion thrusters are actually fairly close, I would imagine, to how they are in real life. I have no idea if like the thrust to weight or thrust to power like consumed ratio is correct or whatever, but I mean, they're space engines. That's basically the gist of it. The ships are rotated with gyroscopes. So that's how you get like rotational force on the ships when they're in space. Mine are way back here. Yep. Oh, see, I'm learning a lot about chemistry here today. I have heard, I'm not a chemist, I have heard that the O2 H2 generators are not realistic enough in the amount of power that they consume versus the amount of power you get from burning hydrogen, essentially. But yeah, it's cool. I'm trying to think. So like in terms of mods, there's a lot. You can do almost anything with mods. There's mods that add water to the like bodies of water to the planet. There's the water mod. There's a mod called Weapon Core that replaces the whole weapon system in the game to allow for like homing missiles and stuff. Ship design matters a little depending on what the function of the ship is. So if it's like a combat ship, you're probably going to want to design it in a certain way that it can survive combat. If you want to look on YouTube for the Star Core tournaments, there's some really cool battles where people tried to design ships that would survive a long time. So like, I'm going to put like this open bridge area on my ship. That would probably be a bad idea if this was a combat ship. Like I'd probably put the bridge in the middle and armor it up, you know. This is all light armor on the ship, so it's not super heavy. But there is a heavy armor, which is a lot more durable and a lot heavier, so it's harder to, you probably wouldn't make a ship that lands on planets out of heavy armor. Like the weapons have to be able to, see their enemies in order to shoot at them and stuff. So ship design matters a little, but as long as you have like the basic parts of the ship, it doesn't really matter too much like where you put them. So without a mod, the thrusters always push the ship along their axis, meaning like I could have a thruster, like if only this thruster was firing, the ship would just strafe sideways. It wouldn't rotate along its center of mass. There is a mod you can put in to make it do that so that the thrust is actually applied appropriately to its position, but for the most part, in the base game, you can just put thrusters anywhere and they just push the ship in the direction opposite to where they're facing, you know. Like the gyroscope placement on the ship doesn't matter. You just need enough gyroscopic force to be able to rotate the mass of your ship. The center of mass does come into play a little bit when you're dealing with subgrids, which are essentially whenever the grid is like, you know how in the game everything is like a block, like Minecraft style. So like anything, you know, like this is a grid. My base is a grid, the ship is a grid. This little mining ship is a different grid. So when you have two grids that are connected, like grids are rigid. They're in a matrix. They always follow a grid shape. But when you have two grids connected where one of the grids can move, like in this case I have this piston, everywhere up to here is part of the grid, and then this piston piece connects it, and then starting here is a different grid, because they can move apart from each other, and this is called a subgrid. So they're technically subgrids of each other. And so when you're dealing with subgrids, then the center of mass kind of matters a bit. So like if I had like I have this ship kind of mag connected to my larger ship, this is going to apply weight, a small amount of weight, but it's going to apply weight, making the center of mass a little bit heavier in the front here. If I docked a large ship, like, you know, a very heavy ship to like the front or something, or the side, it will apply force like in an atmosphere and cause the ship to rotate and stuff like that. And yeah, and like GT said, same thing. If you put a thruster on a subgrid, like with a hinge or something, then now because it's not part of the main grid, it is going to apply force onto the grid, essentially where it's connected. You know, it's kind of an extension of the fact that if you just like took a ship and smashed it into another ship, it would apply force at that point. So wherever the subgrid is attached, it's going to, you know, apply. And actually, I could kind of show you what he means real quick. If I can just grab a hinge here real quick, like this, and then throw like a thing on top here. So now, you know, pretend that this is all piped up so we can get hydrogen here, but right now if I were to light this thruster, it would apply force right here. You know, so imagine we're in space where there's no like ground underneath me here. This will, it will push the ship and cause the ship to rotate. And if I were to move this, yeah, if I were to angle this a certain way like this is a mod, this menu thing here. If I were to angle this like this, then it would, you know, it would apply the force in that direction and do stuff. So, so like I could 100%, if this was enough thrust to lift my ship to space, which it might be, I have no idea actually. I haven't done the math. I could go to space with just this engine pod and it would lift me straight up without having the one on the other side. It wouldn't cause me to like flip over and rotate like you would expect in real life. The thrusters on the bottom could, you know, they would just fire straight down and lift the ship straight up. They wouldn't rotate the ship. If these were all on hinges or something, if they were all subgrids, they would be pushing on the ship at their connection point, and so then they would cause the ship to rotate over. I make ships that are mainly symmetrical because it looks nice. So, but yeah, you could totally just have like one engine pod sticking off the side and do some like cool Star Wars asymmetrical like B-wing designs or whatever. That'd be pretty cool. There is a mod, not a mod, a script. I'm not sure if you're aware, but you can write scripts in like straight up C# to control the grid and do cool stuff. There is a vector thrust mod where you can put your thrusters on hinges, and the script will translate your WASD input into like rotating those engines around, so those thrusters, so that you can just like vector thrust with like 4 engines or so. Nice. You're gonna have a lot of fun. You should definitely get this game. Let me show you this what is this here. So this ship here has a script running on it that someone wrote that allows the script basically autopilots this ship to and from. Like if I fly it, it records a path, and this ship will follow that path to a spot, mine in an area, and then fly back and dock here. And that's just C# running on a programmable block. That's a block on the ship. All of this output here is another script that is managing all of the inventory on the base and making sure that I have a minimum stock of every component that I need and stuff. And it's just like, this is a modded programmable block. They're usually a lot bigger. But like if we look inside, it is just C# in here. And there's actually a, yeah, it's the PAM Auto Miner. There's a plugin that someone who used to work at Keen, I think he used to work at Keen, yeah, made for Visual Studio, so that you can, hook into the SDK and get all the IntelliSense and everything about all of this code, and then compile it up like it's, at the bottom here, it's all kind of like, I don't know, what would you call this, like transpiled or whatever, it's minified, so that it all, because there's a limit to how much you can fit in the programmable code editor. There's a search for, is it the MDK? I think that there's a really nice GitHub that has all the API docs for how to use the programmable code. It's not, you can't really sell anything in the game. Like the game does have like an in-game economy thing, but it's not really like, you can't make real world money with it. I suppose you could set up like a side business selling like scripts or something like that, but for the most part, you go on the Steam Workshop. Why can't I click this button? You go on the Steam Workshop. I can't click this button for some reason. My thing won't let me do stuff. It's like froze up. You go on the Steam Workshop, and you can search for scripts and subscribe to them. In fact, give me a second here. I'll actually just pull it up. So if we just like browse items and filter by in-game script, there's tons and tons of scripts that people have written and published. They're all free. There's nothing out. There's no way to make money on the thing other than there are some like Steam items that you can sell, like spacesuits and helmets and stuff like that. But tons and tons, thousands of, like, I'm gonna have a script to handle airlocks. I'm gonna have it. Here's the vector thrust one. It's not like Starbase. It's like you if you were gonna sell something for this game, you'd have to do it like outside of the ecosystem of the game, and I don't know if they have any like rules about that. There's really no. You can do like outside, like you can install mods from outside of the workshop, but it's really cumbersome to do so, and it's, there's not a whole lot of benefit to doing that. Like I'm not like, I know like Skyrim mods and stuff, like a lot of games have mods that are behind Patreons and stuff. I've never seen that with Space Engineers. I think they're all just free on the workshop for the most part. But yeah, lots and lots and lots of mods. Lots of blueprints too. That's the other fun thing, is that you can blueprint your grids, and then you can bring them into other worlds and weld them up. Or if you're in creative mode, you could just paste them in. But one of the fun things is looking at what other people have made, and just pulling those into your world and kind of seeing, like, people like to make tanks. That's a big thing that was popular for a while. But like, people come up with some pretty interesting stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's basically how I learned to make ships and stuff. Was I went on the workshop, found, you know, here's the Yamato, or a Yamato, the the stuff that people come up with, bring them into your world and like take them apart. Essentially, is how I learned how to make ships good enough. Like I still don't think I'm a very good shipbuilder. Like this thing is nuts. Here. So ground vehicles, I actually have one over here that I threw together. So when you first start a world, you will, if you're in survival mode, like if you're not in creative mode, you'll be dropped randomly somewhere with a survival pod, like an escape pod, and you're just kind of sitting in the pod. And it's got a survival kit that you can use to stay alive and recharge your health and power and stuff. So when you first land, you don't have a lot of capacity to build necessarily flying things, because flying things use a lot of power, and driving things don't use as much. It doesn't take as much power to drive the wheels as it does to drive like an atmospheric thruster. So oftentimes it's easier to start the game out with a wheeled vehicle and drive out to wherever you're going to mine. So like I immediately started mining in this hole. Yeah, exactly. So then you can get your like cargo vehicle, and you could drive out to other places. Like I've got like some GPS markers mined for mines that I drove out to get some iron or silicon or nickel, and then filled up the thing and drove back. Just mining by hand with the drill. And but there's also a lot of fun that can be had with vehicles too. Like sometimes it's just fun to drive. Or sometimes it's fun to see if you can make a cool vehicle that works in a certain way or something like that. There's also like servers out there that are like no flying, like vehicle wheels only, essentially servers, which can be a really interesting limitation when the terrain gets pretty rough, and you have to figure out your ways to like engineer around obstacles and stuff like that. Like I said, this game, you can do almost anything in this game. You think of a scenario, there's probably mods to help support that scenario. And like we were saying, like I played this game for so many hours in the last few years just because I keep coming up with new ideas for a fun build to do. And then, or a fun like world, or someone comes out with a new mod and I'm like, oh, I got to make a world that uses that
Inventory
mod.
Full. Inventory full.
There are a lot of communities for this mod. So there is one for the Keen, the company that makes it. They have a server where you can go and you can ask questions about. There's a room for asking like programming questions and stuff, and the guy who worked on the programmable blocks is in there and he answers questions. A lot of the modders are in there too, and they answer questions. There's a lot of good Discord communities for like the different modders. The major modders all have their own Discord communities. Who am I in? Whose communities am I even in on Discord? I'm on the Sigma Draconis one, the Stone Industries one. Who else? Jakaria makes the water mod. Let's see. Keen. Who's this? Oh, the core systems one. There's a guy named Darkstar. I think he's a guy. I don't know. Darkstar, who does energy shields and all of the big weapon overhaul mod. There's a mod for AI enabled, which is or a community for AI enabled, which is a mod that helps add more like ground units, like actual like other humans walking around in the game that are controlled by AI. There's modular encounters, which is I don't know if you've seen like the red signals flying around, but that's part of a mod that adds like various different kind of bad guy ships that fly around. The game has a little bit of that built in, but this mod adds like a bajillion new options to it. And then what else? And then Armco, ARMCO. That's the other one that I'm in, where you could. That's some of the biggest, some of the bigger streamers are in there, and Splitsies, Zebra Monkeys. There's a lot. You'll eventually get into it. I would probably just start with the Keen Discord, which I think is just on their website. and go from there. So I'm going to stop my stream here because I'm getting ready to go to sleep for the day, but I appreciate you all stopping by and asking a bunch of questions and giving me an opportunity to share my knowledge and stuff and teaching me about splitting atoms. Yeah, I'm going to actually go on camera for a minute here so I could kind of, this is the part of the show where I say my goodbyes. So yeah, thanks for joining. Like I said, at some point in the next, probably before the next stream, I'll rebuild the other side of the pod so that you don't have to watch me do that on the next stream. And then we're going to build out the bridge and probably get some programmable blocks going and some scripts. I don't know how far we'll get on the scripts in the next one, but I got a couple scripts I want to add, and then we'll be going to space. And when we get to space, we're probably going to slow boat it to the moon and stop at a bunch of asteroids along the way. That's my plan. So thank you very much for hanging out with me. I'm probably going to stream again next Monday, if all goes well. And hope you all have a good night or morning or whatever time. Yeah, they are. I got some Power Rangers stuff there and then a bunch of Transformers over here. Big Transformers collector. So thank you very much, everyone. I'll talk to you later. You could take a look at, this is my, before I sign off, this shelf right here is all of the new characters that they just came out with from Beast Wars. This is my Beast Wars character shelf, but brand new figures that just came out. Very cool. All right. Have a good night, all. Bye.